Hello, everyone. We are back for finals. It is Cat 1 versus OSU.
I'm Smartest2, joined by Bump here. Hope you guys are having a great time. We are finally at the end of the tournament, the last set of the night. As you mentioned, OSU versus
our
Cat.
last best of three. Should be really interesting. We saw dominant 2-0s come out from both teams in semis.
I think both teams are undefeated up until now as well. I don't think either side has dropped a game yet, so we should see a very, very exciting game ahead of us. A lot of excitement behind both of the mid laners. Five Fire for Cal 1 and friends really showing high mechanical prowess, as well as Japanese import showing a lot of dominance in the jungle. The third star player being Jae Young, showing a lot of, really setting up his team for a lot of these plays, always picking these initiation style, pick style champions that are, skill shot based. We saw the Thresh, we saw the Morgana, those two being the top picks that he's really sort of looked for, but we saw just how efficient, just how disgusting his plays are on them. So we're really looking forward to see how they sort of play around this, and you can't forget Chang Yoon, who we saw pull out some really clean plays, sort of the unsung here on the top lane, as the top lane island tends to be. We saw him play a couple of Aurelia, do really well in the Aurelia. We saw him take Nico right after Five Fire played Nico. And also do really, really well. The only person who hasn't yet had a moment of shining is Tomosada, but perhaps this will be his game to show what he's got.
Yeah, hopefully this will be, like you mentioned, the game he has to show something. But if we go ahead and look at OSU, the one thing we need to keep in mind coming off of those two semifinal wins, just very dominant cheese compositions coming out of OSU, and I'm not sure if that's exactly what they planned on coming into this tournament to do. We didn't get to see a ton of their games in the pre-semi stage. For Tomasama there in the bottom lane, he definitely needs to be careful because we saw the Talia Pantheon come out, we saw the Taric Sona come out, and those are two bot lanes that are very hard to just lane against.
Yeah, and the game that had the Sonateric also had a Lulu mid with Yi jungle. It was a mess of a composition.
It was just
it was a Sonateric bot lane, which helped buffer the Yi funnel composition.
Yeah.
Kind of insane.
Yeah, the only thing they were missing out from that composition was the Mikhails, but it still worked.
The game didn't go long enough.
Yeah, it didn't even go not long enough to need it.
As we enter Champ Select here, it'll be interesting to see what Cat decides to ban against OSU, given all of the cheese picks, as we talked about, that came through. So many different things to ban out. What are they going to determine to be the biggest issues? Are they going to ban Sonatalia? Are they going to, no, there's a Tark. Okay, so they got rid of the Sonateric right away. Said, you know what? That's one composition we don't want to deal with.
Yeah, but you almost have to also ban out the Master Yi and also ban out either Pantheon or Talia. Like, you have to remove all of these possible cheese compositions, or you still might get cheese.
Okay, so there's a Talia. So they did take away both right away, right? So now the bot lane cheese, at least two of the options have been taken away. I think, the Hecarim did take away, the Rek'Sai did taken away. I'm suspecting an Akali ban possibly coming down from OSU, but curious to see what happens.
Yeah, there's still some of those other classic funnel compositions that we have seen, like the...
okay, the Echo does come through.
Yep, Echo ban does come through. Like we mentioned, that is one of Paradox's stronger champions. But some of the other compositions we have seen involve... Braum Kaisa in a final composition with the Kaisa running the smite, the jungle item, getting all of that.
Right, then Nico gets taken away. They don't want to deal with that aggressive Nico that we saw both Chang Yoon and Five Fire play. So I think it was a good idea bidding that away, preventing that flex pick from coming in. The Morgana, something we've seen Jae Young play earlier today, do really, really well on. I'd like to see this pick coming in from him. Surprised to not see the Thresh being prioed, though. Because it seemed like he preferred Thresh, and right away, Thresh... Oh, you know what? No. Last game didn't have a Thresh, did it?
It had a ban, so it still has been 100% pick ban.
Is it still 100% pick ban?
100% pick ban.
All right,
yeah, because remember,
still at 100%
there's
pick ban.
all the anti-hook bans for the
Oh,
Sonateric
that's
last
right,
game.
that's right. Which I had a chance to talk with them about. That was indeed strategic. They're saying that the biggest thing that counters Taric Sona are hook-based champions. So it actually was strategic play, not just for the memes. as we're waiting to see what J-Daddy Meelink hovers or locks in here. Thresh being picked up. Potentially a jungler or prio pick might get selected here. Yep, there it is. There's the J4 getting locked in again.
Yeah, it worked out very well for El Mazodong in that top lane matchup. And yeah, we do see the Elise, which we mentioned in, I think it was the second game that we got to see out of them. Japanese import, it's one of his, if not his most picked champion. Definitely a comfort pick for him.
Yep. As we see the Caitlyn Elise, we were talking about how the Caitlyn Morgana was one of the strongest bot lanes, right? Besides the Lucian Braum. So I'm happy to see them sort of pick this up. The Syndra for Peridot or the LeBlanc.
Either way, it's a lot of burst damage coming out.
Well, see, now that they've taken the Syndra, they have the opportunity to ban away counters to Syndra that they don't want to deal with. Right, so maybe Peridot doesn't feel as though Akali is a problem, or maybe they ban it away. Maybe they offer bans like Azir instead. Zoe, another grid ban, don't want to deal with that annoyance. Zoe's someone who's very disruptive and when trying to accomplish macro objectives. Nice to see you know who you're talking to. What's going on, Blitzblade? It's Smartest here. How's it going, man? Akali getting banned away from Cat. They've been doing this. Last set, they also banned it away. And I don't... Maybe Fire just doesn't want to pick it up. Maybe they just don't want to play it. I like the Jace ban, though. The Jace, we saw game number 1, Fire do so very well on the Jace. So I'd like to see that getting taken away.
Ooh, and they go ahead and ban out the Vladimir, another one of those picks that that they themselves have shown today. Look to see what Dare to Defy will go ahead and pick up here. Most likely going to be the AD pickup. I'm surprised if this isn't.
Oh, it might be another J4 top lane, right? We saw them.
Yep, we saw the J4 in the top lane. Do see the Ornn coming through, hovered possibly. Ooh,
Riven. Okay, Ornn.
Ornn.
All right.
Okay.
The Ornn does get locked in.
Okay.
Now, Ornn is still a flex pick. Ornn jungle is a thing.
I've never seen.
Oh, really?
I haven't seen it since they changed him. Since they moved his building and they took the unstoppable off of his W, and I haven't seen him in jungle since then.
Aurelia being hovered. We have seen Chang Yun already play Aurelia today. Not sure if it's going to be for Fire or Chang Yun. The next pick here will give us better insight into who is going where. They always hover the MF, and I don't know who it's a shout out to.
Always hovers that MF. I'm not sure if he's just like a Misfortune main or.
It must be a shout out to someone, but I don't know who it's a shout out to. So curious to see what they actually pick up here, unless it's actually it's the Rise. Okay, so we've seen Chang Yun also play Rise, so he's played both of these. Fire has played neither of these. It would make more sense for the Rise to be top and the Aurelia to be mid here.
Yeah, I was about to say that. In terms of just composition, that makes more sense. The Rise will have a lot better of a time into the Ornn, and I'm really excited to see Fire on this Aurelia.
Oh, it's Ornn support.
Who's the AD carry?
Oh, it could be or not Ornn support. It could be Thresh, Syndra bot. Yeah, yep. Now, here's the one thing to remember. Dare to Defy is a mid laner. That is his primary role. So seeing him take an AP champion into the bot lane is not crazy surprising.
Yeah, it could be worse. Seeing something similar to like the G2 strat where they had two mid laners, one of them playing that AD carry role, so they have a lot of flexibility with the picks that they can move around the map.
Yeah.
One thing I'm not liking is they showed the Morgana was available and they still decided to plan for this bot lane composition. It doesn't make a ton of sense to me, as a lot of just the general pressure of this bot lane can be denied by that magic damage spell shield.
You're not wrong, but I think early on, it's not that hard to pop the black shield, right? Like, you might not get the stun off, but you still can get the nuke. The nuke will still go through, and you don't have to target the person who got black shielded.
Yeah, they haven't nerfed the shield amount yet. It's actually getting hit in the next patch, which is going to be very unfortunate. If you enjoy playing Morgana, get your games in for the next week and a half, because patch 9.9, you are not going to enjoy her anymore.
So, running down the roster. So for Cat 1, we have Changyun running Aurelia top lane, Japanese import on the Elise jungle, Five Fire running the Ryze mid lane, Zika running the Caitlyn AD carry, and Jay Young on the Morgana support.
And for OSU, we have El Amazing Dong on the Ornn. We have J Daddy Melink on the Jarvan 4, Peridot on the Fiora mid. Syndra is navigated by Dare to Defy, and the Thresh by 50C Ranch Cup here. Should be a very interesting match as we finish out the last 2 minutes of the spectator delay.
Yeah, now predictions. Who is going to take the game, and who is going to take the set?
In terms of, I honestly don't think I can predict either. We saw very different styles of play from both teams, so I think this will be another one of those that is execution dependent, purely based on team comp. I have to naturally favor Cat 1 just because they have the Caitlyn, and they're going to be missing out on a lot of siege potential on the side of OSU, just having that Syndra and not someone with as much Baron threat or just general tower pressure.
Yeah, I agree. I think Cat 1 has the better composition here.
But it actually looks like we will see Five Fire on that Ryze in the mid lane.
Right. Yeah, we will see the Five Fire in the Ryze mid lane. I think they tried to swap it around as much as they could because they don't want Aurelia playing into Fiora.
Yeah, that would carry versus carry matchup, especially with the Fiora. I think Fiora favored. Yeah,
heavily Fiora.
Yeah,
favored.
heavily Fiora favored just because
the Aurelia
Fiora
stun is telegraphed. The reason is because with the Fiora's parry, Aurelia's flawless duet is super telegraphed.
Yeah.
So it's very easy to parry. That's the biggest point on that. And then also, ever since I took away the disarm on Aurelia's ultimate.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, if there was still that disarm, it would make more sense for the Fiora. But
so now, she can play her mini game and not have to worry about the disarming functionality. Now, however, Aurelia into Ornn, Ornn actually probably does pretty well into this. Ornn is one of those champions that will heavily surprise you in damage if you don't expect it.
Yeah, I think if he can he's just going to try to sustain, get himself as big and tanky as possible. But
I'm saying he might win a 1v1
Oh, no,
fight.
I totally agree with you. That Ornn is absolutely ridiculous, especially with just the brittle damage that comes through. Moving on to Summoner's Rift here in 4 finals. It should be very exciting. Let us know who you think's going to win. We do have Cat 1 versus OSU. Should be in for a fun series.
Absolutely. I would love to see some more cheese invade strats coming in. Last game we got to see a double team invade. Both teams opted for the invade there. Hopefully we will see some more cheese coming in this game. Especially when you have like a Syndra, it's like a Syndra based composition the way they do. The Syndra Thresh, I think. Well, now that I think about it, now just with Thresh, it's not enough. But Cat 1 has the tools they need between the Elise, the Ryze, the Morgana, and the Aurelia. They should. I would like to see an invade come in from Cat 1.
Yeah, we might see some more of the level 1 shenanigans that we saw going on last game. Definitely be exciting to see another fight like that go through.
No, it would only be in a production. If the second the game begins, there's a pause.
Yeah, it's what we've had happen the last 2.
Can we get a 3-for-3
would
pause?
not be surprised.
That's the real question. Can we get a 3-for-3 pause? We are almost loaded in here. At least into J4 will be an interesting matchup. Both are able to sort of gank persistently. Move like top to bot style plays. J4 having a really good initiation, obviously with flag and drag, able to set up plays pretty easily, especially for like top lane into Aurelia, able to lock down Aurelia fairly easily, especially when you have Ornn to follow up with the volcanic rupture and searing charge. What about the bot lane? What do you think?
Like I mentioned, in terms of just having that spell shield around, it will help for like the Thresh Hook, the Syndra Stun, We do see the cleanse on the Syndra, so looking for those bindings that'll come through possibly early cocoons also. One thing you have to keep in mind with that Elise is just the very early gank potential.
Yeah, absolutely. And in the mid lane, Fiora against Ryze, and top lane can be rough uh, for Ryze when Fiora is able to sort of pressure him out quite a bit, even if he has Rin Prison. It, it's not telegraphed to the point where you know Fiora can Fiora, but it's easier to work with in the longer lane. Whereas in the mid lane, when you have the short lane, it's harder for Fiora to get in and do get the procs off, play around the mini game, especially if you have a poor mark, because as what you should be doing with Fiora is, if you have an unfavorable mark, you move away to reset the mark and come back into the mark zone, so you have a more favorable one. You can proc a lot easier. But interested to see how this mid lane plays out, especially when both teams know that the star players are in the mid lane, right? Peridot, currently ranked number 1 TFNA, is also ex-challenger, 5 Fire, Scouting Grounds players, extremely talented, very mechanically proficient. We've seen how much work he can do. We've seen how much work both players can do.
Yeah, definitely going to be exciting to see both of these dominant players in this mid lane.
As we are now getting into game here, curious to see itemization-wise as well, how the Ryze chooses to build this out. If he chooses to still go for the early tier into the Roa,
I would possibly go boots into 4 pots. Just for that.
There it is.
Yep, there we go.
NA.
NA pause. Here we go. Yeah, but I imagine we're going to see boots into... Sorry. Imagine we're going to see the boots into the 4 pot. That little extra bit of mobility is really what you need to dodge the lunges coming through from Fiora.
See, I think that it might be more... I'm expecting the Mana Crystal come in.
Mana Crystal start? Yeah.
I think... just sheer efficiency-wise on what you need, I think you still take Mana Crystal. I think you take Mana Crystal, you have TP, you play around the fact that all you care about is getting enough gold to pick up the tier, back, immediately reset. Start stacking the tier up. You're in it for the long haul. You're not in it for the short. You're not in it to win lane, dominate lane, get B10 and all. That's not your win condition. If you are, great. I mean, hey, but it's not how your champion's designed to play. It's not the win condition of a particular champion. When you're an early game bully, right? Like if you're Renekton, if you're Jace, someone like that, then that's your win condition, right? Like your lane condition is okay. I need to get fed. I need to bully. I need to be up CS. I need to deny CS, take CS, whatever it may be. Whereas if you're someone like Ryze, late game scaling hyper carrier for Vladimir, your goal is to farm. Your goal is to farm to not die.
Yep, we are moving back in after this pause. Finally do have Peridot back in. I'm sorry, 5 Fire rather than Peridot, but we do see the standard Sapphire Crystal into refillable for the Ryze. Looks like standard starts across the board. We do have all 5 members moving towards the bottom side here for OSU, but a standard 5-point, it looks like, for Cat 1 here.
Yeah, and if Thresh can find the death sentence, this will be a very... Oh, no, is spotted. Really good pathing by Caitlyn. Taking the efficient pathing to move as fast as possible to catch a 5-man group. Positioned up for there. I really liked seeing that out of Zika there. Able to get the vision down on the red buff because they know the whole team is down on the bottom side of the map.
It looks like they actually have Peridot moving towards the top side. I'm not sure if he's actually going to... I'm confused why he backed in general.
Yep, just looking to get to lane a little bit faster perhaps. Don't want to take any risky paths. As it looks like J4 will be starting red, but oh, they were not able to get the ward.
Oh, just barely.
And
Always,
there will be a lane
bad.
swap. That's what I was questioning. I saw Fiora's pathing. I said there might be a lane swap coming in, but wasn't sure. And yes, they have elected to send Fiora top lane. Like I said, they want the favorable matchup for Fiora. And Fiora does really well into Aurelia. So, It's interesting that they chose to have Ornn into Rise.
Yeah, we do have J-Daddy Melink moving in. Flag and Drag will connect. Not going to find anything. One turret shot gets traded. A little bit of red buff damage, but not sure how much they are going to be able to do at level 1. Two very mobile top laners here. We can be dashing all over the place.
Absolutely. The Corrupting Potion already popped in the mid lane. And top lane by Aurelia as well.
Yeah, both pots also blown by this Rise, so definitely will be looking to back as soon as possible for that tier, since doesn't even have any more potion charges.
Yeah, Chang Yun sort of not respecting the... Oh, parry's down for a long time, but not really respecting those marks. Just 8 more marks than needed to there. As 50C Range Cup is really looking for a lot of pressure.
They go ahead and blow the flash, even though the Death Sentence wouldn't have connected, but definitely better safe than sorry thing there.
Yeah, and we see this is exactly how Chang Yun plays Aurelia. He plays super aggressive. Looks to try and... Oh, this is not looking
Peridot
good.
getting a fantastic amount of trade onto Chang Yun here. Maybe going down as the parry did connect. One more auto will do it, and he does get the mark First Blood.
Yeah, and that was just standard Fiora execution there. I mean, that's why Fiora is so heavily favored into Aurelia. I think that was definitely a little bit of disrespect from Chang Yun coming in.
Oh, definitely some disrespect. Got caught by that parry stun and just in an awful place to be.
Yeah, also just didn't really respect the damage that the marks provide. You know,
especially because it's true damage.
Yeah, it's, and it also heals Fiora. Every time she marks one of her, well, marks.
Gets one of her marks.
Yeah, well, procs it. She does heal a little bit off of it. So it's also sustained.
Yeah, we do see had a little bit of a CS lead for Aurelia, but hasn't been able to pick any CS up since she got back. Got a few dances of the Blade Surge going through there. Saw 50C Range Cup connect that. Ooh, Death Sentence. I'm sorry, the Flash Play comes through. Jae Young trying to get whatever he can. They will actually go ahead and pick him up. Last auto from 50C Range Cup will do it. Some more damage coming through onto this Caitlyn. Death Sentence will connect. Fantastic play also. Trying to get whatever they can. Last auto will not be able to do it. One more Syndra Ball might be able to, but I don't know if they'll be able to dive this turret.
Now, Syndra did have Flash Q available, but chose to do the safer route of just going for the farm, pushing in minions, getting damage down onto the tower, going for the twins instead.
Yeah, unfortunately not able to deny that cannon minion. Yep, Death Sentence almost connects onto the Caitlyn. Very good pathing there. It's really weird to see an Ornn game.
Yeah, someone who plays top lane, I mean, just about anyone goes top lane. You name a champion, it's probably played in top lane.
Oh yeah,
too.
you can take anyone top lane. You can take Soraka top lane.
Yeah, people do that. People do that.
This AP Soraka build has been going around. It's really annoying.
Yeah, a lot of good damage coming down onto the Ornn there from 5 Fire.
Yeah, but unfortunately for Chang Yun, he's at a level disadvantage now. Not just a general disadvantage in terms of like CS and just lane pressure. A huge wave going to be pouring in here. Should be able to connect some of them, but not sure how many she's going to be able to connect onto. The Q probably helps with the last hitting under turret, but with that many minions there, I'm not sure.
Yeah, and we do see Ornn picking up the Catalyst there, which provide a lot of useful sustain in lane. Rise has yet to back, sitting on a good amount of roll, enough for tier.
Elizabeth has so many autos coming through. Realm Warp will bring the Elise through also. Cocoon barely barely misses. I think he hit a minion with a Cocoon.
Yeah, you know, that was also good. That was really nice Realm Warp.
Yeah, it was a nice Realm Warp. I liked the effort. Just didn't seem to work out for them.
Yeah, they just didn't quite find the...
Very early teleport. He might not even come back with full health. Yeah,
nah, he won't, but he's not worried about health too much. He's going to regen a lot of that back.
Yep. He does have the corrupting,
catalyst.
the corrupting potion, the catalyst, and biscuits, so he will be just fine sitting in that lane.
Yeah, with the catalyst, as he farms, he's going to get a lot of that health back. The really big thing to note is, Fiora in this lead top lane, Tiamat already completed, up a wave's worth of CS. I mean, it's rough because Fiora, Aurelia should never be able to outduel Fiora. At any point in the game. So it only gets worse from here. There's the rise. Which one do later on? Oh, very nice play.
Yeah, Binding almost connects. We do have Elise moving down. Cocoon connects onto the Thresh. Both members trying to just make it out here. Flash does get blown by Dare to Defy. One more auto might do him in. They do get the play back onto Japanese Import. Thankfully, we'll keep the Syndra alive.
And a lot of good damage coming down inside again. Getting the kill onto the Caitlyn there is also really crucial. Getting Caitlyn, once Caitlyn's able to pick up the IE, it'll be a lot easier for Caitlyn to start harassing out the Thresh and Syndra as well. Rico and chat, don't ask questions. All right. Now, I expect them to swap back at some point, right? I'm expecting that they're keeping Fiora up there in the early phase of the game, but I'm expecting the Ryze and Aurelia to swap against the Fiora as time goes on, right? So at some point you say, okay, Ryze goes, I'm strong enough now. I can kite and harass the Fiora with cooldowns because of my built-in CDR, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have Glacial Shroud and what have you not. I can deal with the Fiora. Until
yeah, we
then,
also do have the phase rush and just the natural move speed that comes from the Ryze Q. There will be a point where they can connect. Peridot doing a very good job of baiting this out. I think that he does not look like Cheng Yun is aware that J Daddy Meelink is just sitting there waiting for him to step up too far.
Yeah, but unfortunately for him, Cheng Yun I don't think wants to step up anyway.
Black and Drag won't connect. Cataclysm is available. Will be coming in. Waited for the flash to come out. Both the Blade Surges are not enough. Did get to the other side of the wall, but it will be enough to pick up the Aurelia.
Yeah, J.D. Meelink seems to have really found his inner odd one. We've seen the strats sort of come out repeatedly.
Just sit in the bush.
Sit in the bush and wait. He's going there going, huh, so that's why he did this.
It's like, sitting in a bush always works. It doesn't matter who you are. People are never expecting someone to just be sitting in a bush.
Yeah. So it was very, like you said, it works. We've seen it work almost every single time.
Yeah, we do have the play coming down. Fox will barely connect onto Jae Young. So much damage coming through. Syndra ult does come through. Thankfully, Shield was available, able to save him. Play comes down onto Zuka. Death Sentence not quite back off cooldown yet, so lots of summoners blown, but this bot side will just make it out alive.
And as I was telling you, even though they have the Black Shield, the burst is still alive. Syndra still has that nuke potential.
Yeah, but that's what I was talking about. The magic damage shield was enough to soak and keep them alive through that engage.
Right. And they will pick up another plate here, most likely off of this.
Yeah.
A little up.
Also, 15 CS lead for this Syndra, sitting at about 200 gold up, just because the Caitlyn did get that one kill as opposed to the assist.
Right. But still, all in all, even with that kill, because
surprised
the CS
that they
up.
didn't. No, I'm better just get those back timings.
Right, absolutely. So, I mean, J4 is now sitting at 1,200 gold in his pockets. At least, the gold lead in the top lane, like I mentioned earlier, is really what there is to look at. Right? You already have 1,000 gold lead built up. It's pretty significant, especially on a champion such as Fiora.
Yeah, sitting very far ahead, almost towards that Ravenous Hydra. About, I think it's 425 complete cost.
Yeah, something like that. I think it's a little bit higher for Limit because they increased the price of it.
It's 600, yeah. I think it's 625. But yeah, very close to having that done. Should be on her next back. Does have the teleport ready, so should be able to back and get that anytime soon. Most likely going to save that for the first team fight, though.
Right. Now, I think OSU drafted really, really well.
So we saw, this Japanese Import saw that J Daddy Meelink's strategy of odd one ganking was, actually, he is just backing. So. I thought we were going to have another odd one gank, but Japanese Import cucked us.
Okay. Okay. I'm surprised to see neither team moving towards the dragon yet, especially because it is a mountain drake. We see 50C Ridge Cup putting a ward down on it.
Yeah.
Like the carrots over here just laughing.
Ooh,
Oh,
Vanguard's Edge will connect onto Fiora. Peridot trying to do whatever he can. Chang Yun does have help available. It's a 1v3, but he actually will go down. The
Why?
ultimate. So much damage coming through. Oh my god, parries the stun. The flash comes through from 5 fire, but
Why?
so much damage coming through. Peridot, great job.
But why?
But why?
You did. Aurelia didn't need to stay there.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it was communicated that everyone was coming up to help him, but I probably didn't expect all the damage coming from Fiora either.
But why? I mean, that was a lot of disrespect coming in right there. But other than that, I think it was a really good idea. Like, shutting down the Fiora was super important there. However, Fiora now has a Ravenous Hydra available, which is going to really make this lane hard for Aurelia. Aurelia cannot touch Fiora.
Oh yeah,
at this point.
between the tabbies and the life steal from the Ravenous Hydra, it's going to be not a fun lane for this Aurelia.
No, not at all. There is no chance Aurelia can duel Fiora at this point. They need to. I mean, like, so OSU has Fiora. They're doing really strong, doing really well.
Nice knockup.
And Cat 1 has Rise. Both scale really well, however, as it's pretty evident, Fiora is a lot further than Rise right now, right? We have Fiora sitting on a total of 5,500, Rise sitting at about 5K. There's a 500 gold difference, which is, from Rise's point of view, a 10% 10% difference, which is pretty significant.
Ooh, fantastic. Cocoon almost connects, but barely misses. Peridot is just trying to find himself. Might connect the 1v2, gets all of the procs off for his ultimate. That healing comes through. Japanese import trying to just get out with the repel. Flash for the last proc will come through. The Call of the Forge God does come through. Won't find the Aurelia. Able to get out. Did have to blow the flash, though. Trying to get whatever they can. Chang Yun is probably just going to go down here.
Yeah, he's going to try and get a stun
He's dancing as much as he can, but there's so much damage coming out of this. Oh, yeah, Peridot will be going down here to the last turret. Shut down coming through for the Aurelia.
Outplay.
Yeah, massive outplay coming through for Chang Yun here. Great job. Unfortunately, Jae Young does get caught in the Dragon Pit. Will have to blow his flash to get over the wall and get out there. Do have two members here as Rise is just trying to put on his pretty dancing shoes. Oh, fantastic shield came through. Ignored the flash flay that came through, and that will be the 5 fire just doing so much damage picking up this this Thresh.
Yeah, and he's only going to get stronger from here, right? Like, Rise is one of those super strong. Oh, J4 sitting over the wall looking for the flag and trap. Cataclysm play.
Yeah, we do have the Cataclysm coming in. Realm Warp will follow. Fantastic knockup just in time to deny that Realm Warp. They are trying to get whatever they can. They do have Peridot here, but he just gets popped. Chang Yu gets another kill onto him. Goes in, gets the double kill. Looks like Chang Yu is back into this game.
And just like that, Cat 1 takes a gold lead.
Yeah, they went ahead and took the gold lead back for themselves, went ahead and took the kill lead, also moving over towards this Rift Herald, trying to get as much turret pressure as they can.
And Aurelia, just like that, went from 0-3 to 3-3. Just like that. Just like that. With a massive amount of shutdown gold.
Yeah, and if you are the Fiora, you just went from 4-1 to 4-3, and that feels bad.
Now there is a 900 gold difference as OSU tries to look for the play.
I think that 50C Ranch Cup got Syndra blocked.
Body block OP.
Yeah.
Body block OP.
Yeah, minion block, but through Syndra OP.
Through Syndra OP. Oh, and this blue buff is going to do wonders for Rise.
Yeah, already has the fully completed Archangel Staff working to get that
He might be going for
going.
Void Staff. I'm not sure. A lot of different options, Blasting Wand and Amplifying Tome. Although First Tower does go in the favor of OSU here.
Might just be opting for the Oblivion, the Morellonomicon also, just to deny a lot of the healing.
Yeah. Now, Void Staff would make sense, but only if they plan on having Rise match the orange.
Yeah.
So maybe they don't even care about having the Rise match the Fiora for the Fiora advantage. Maybe they want to keep Aurelia in that matchup. I'm not sure. Interesting decision to do that. Maybe. I mean, the only time you would do that is if you're confident that the Rise will do more against the Orin than the Fiora will against Aurelia. So they must be really confident in Chang Yun, saying, you know what, we believe in our top laner to int less. than he's done so far. And he went from 0-3 to 3-3. So I'd say he's putting up on it.
Yeah, definitely got himself back into the game. Currently sitting at a 300 gold bounty. We do have the Rift Herald summoned up by Japanese import. I believe he's got Rift Herald every game we've seen him in.
Every single game. And now we do see...
Ooh, Death Sentence does connect down to the Rise. They do have the shield. Cataclysm can follow up onto 3 members, but the Elise is trying to get anything they can. 50C Range Cup will pick up the Elise. Vanguard's Edge in onto 2 members, but Cheng Yun will be going down here. Shutdown Gold goes over to the Fiora. Jae Young trying to escape.
And just like that, OSU takes the lead. It's quite a back-and-forth game. Really good engage from J.I. immediately there with the Cataclysm. Initiating that whole fight was really, really important, as well as 50C Range Cup getting right in the midst of that fight, putting a lot of CC down, getting those flays off, the shields, the slows. Very well executed from OSU there.
Yeah, it looks like this mid lane turret will be going down to the bot lane pairing here for OSU, and that will be a 2-to-1 brick advantage for OSU.
Yeah, and oh, interesting. Rise electing to go for the Rylays.
Ooh, I like it. Gives him a little more chase potential.
Yeah, it doesn't lets him stick onto targets quite a bit. It's interesting, an interesting pick that I can't say I'm against.
Yeah, I haven't seen it too commonly, but in this situation where he does have the Realm Warp, the Phase Rush and just the natural move speed from his Q, he's gonna be able to chase down everyone.
Right, as they look to set up a first play here, almost finding the connect. Oh, as it will find Syndra, gets Lantern away.
Fantastic Lantern comes through. Death Sentence does connect on the Japanese import, but you're not looking to follow up on that as 3 members are waiting close by.
Everyone is now moving towards this Infernal Drake.
Yeah, it looks like we are about to have our first major team fight over this Infernal Drake. Be interesting to see how this fight goes. Now that we do have, ooh, actually just go ahead and wipe that Drake off the map.
Yeah,
Not even
Rise
able
clears
to
it pretty
contest
fast. We'll look to pressure mid here. The next objective in a minute will be the Baron buff. OSU does have the Mountain Drake, so they have a pretty... Oh, actually, you know what? They don't have any carry.
Yeah, so they are
I'm
lacking.
so used to autopilot tells me, oh yeah, they got a Mountain Drake. They'll clear this. They can clear Baron pretty quick. No, they have a terrible Baron clear time, like an actually terrible Baron clear time. Whereas Cat, I mean, they have Elise, they have Rise, they have Caitlyn, they have Aurelia. All champions do really well. High attack speed from 3 out of 4 of those champions, and one of them spamming abilities like it's nobody's business.
Yeah, but I think on the side of OSU here, your turret take potential is not going to be the Syndra. I think it is going to be the Fiora split push.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, coming in, looks like they are just trying to moderately reset. We have Fiora moving in to contest this Aurelia, trying to push it on the bottom side. And most likely will start to get this bot lane pushed. Baron is available. TP is coming up shortly for both top laners. Rise does have Rise and Ornn both have theirs available, so they would be able to join any fight that breaks out shortly.
Yeah, and you know, again, a 20-minute mark, a less than a 2K gold difference, not that big a deal.
Yeah, definitely a close game right now, but with some of the games that we've seen today, it could be over in 90 seconds.
That's true. Yeah, deciding, you know, one team fight that ends up in a 5-0, that's all it takes.
Yeah,
say that's all, but
yeah, we've had a couple team fights today where clean aces have come through, and that's caused the end of the game.
Absolutely. As we see Ornn, actually Ornn now matching the Aurelia.
I like the use of the unstoppable, cancel the stun there.
Yeah, so we'll look to try and break this. Pressure Ornn off the tower, pick up the top lane tower uncontested.
If they will go ahead and pick up that top lane turret, evening up the tower score 2-2. Last remaining tower on the opposite sides of each map, top and bottom. J4 looking to pick up this red buff. And pings are coming out towards Baron. They might be just looking to clear vision. But it looks like they did find Japanese import. Support and jungler are both here. In terms of combat, 2v2 probably favor the Elise Morgana a tad bit more.
Yeah, unfortunately, Cat does not have numbers here, so they cannot look for any sort of fighter here. it will not end well for them.
Yeah, we do have Rise back up. Did cancel the back, actually. Thought he was going to back to finish an item. But, yeah, he does have his teleport available now. Will be able to get wherever he needs to. Fantastic Lantern able to get the Jarvan to safety.
Yeah, the only thing to note is because of the AP threats on Cat 1, OSU is building quite a bit of magic resistance, right? You're already seeing Merc Treads coming in for both J4 and Ornn. You see the Ornn having Abyssal Mask. You see J4 having a Null Magic Mantle, maybe building towards a
Spear Visage.
A Spear Visage or something else.
Or no, they're not playing against the Syndra. I'm sorry, the Syndra, so he won't be building the Adaptive.
Oh, right. So, I mean, obviously, a lot of different options he can take it. He probably didn't have enough gold when he backed to finish off the Black Cleaver from the Phage and Kindle Gem components, but we're curious to see what he turns that into. Ornn looking to potentially build a Sunfire.
I like the caution out of
Righteous
Jae Young
perhaps.
there. He learned his mistakes on the Nautilus earlier, and he put the shield on himself before he went to ward.
Yes, Dr. Monaco, good friend of mine, such an mentor. Now, we talked about the differences of, one team has an 80 carry available. Oh, as a fight breaks
Yeah,
down.
Flash comes down onto Peridot, is just trying to pop this passive. Will go ahead and get all of this healing to come through. 5-Fire trying to get out if he can.
Whoa!
Absolutely pops the Fiora. That will be an outplay. Nice flash out of Zuka there. Jae Young trying to get out, does keep himself alive there, but this is OSU starting to create a lot of mid pressure.
Yeah, absolutely, and the goal difference even now closer together. Cat 1 is not really in position to prevent this tower from going down, though.
Yeah, this will be the mid lane turret getting cracked open. Do have
The collapse coming in, though.
Yeah, Collapse coming in, Elise coming in, Will connect to Vanguard's Edge coming in onto the Syndra at the backside. Will go ahead and pop the Rise with the ultimate, trying to get out, dare to defy. Will actually go ahead and get popped by the Aurelia. J-Daddy Meelink trying to find Japanese import here. Flag and Drag should be out shortly, but Ace in the Hole will come through and pick him up. That will be a trade of junglers. Amazing Dong just trying to do whatever he can. Does some nifty little pathing, does not get found out. They're still looking for him, but he just is backing in their jungle. We'll go ahead and pick up an Infernal for their troubles, though.
And the second Infernal for them, actually.
Yeah.
Will put them in a very good position.
Yeah, definitely a favorable trade. 2 for 3 and an Infernal.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, 100% worth. As now the next objective on the map is Baron. Both teams will start moving their vision lines towards that part of the map. Peridot, after getting deleted by Rise, elected to pick up a Negatron on the ASAP.
Yeah, don't blame him on that one. See how he decides to optimize, how he decides to build with that. It'll be interesting to see what he decides to pick up.
Looks like he's opting for a Wit's End.
That's what I'm seeing. It's
With that lifesteal.
It's really greedy. Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know how well the Fiora would interact with Wit's End, but yeah, we'll
Pretty
definitely
well.
see.
Fiora would definitely interact well with Wit's End.
Yeah, we do have the Repel coming out. Very thankfully there was a ward. Japanese import, not where you want to be. Call of the Forge God will catch him out. The stun might find him. Realm Warp is enough.
What a good Realm Warp.
Yeah, thankfully 5-Fire doesn't follow the Realm Warp with
Just drops it for the
Japanese.
ally
Yeah.
and walks away.
Just drops it and Swag walks away. That's all
Swag
he
walks
needed.
away.
It was the fade away Realm Warp.
Fade away Realm Warp. Boop. As we see Aurelia once again matching the Fiora. This, I'll see the lane dominance. You see, the problem is the second Aurelia tries to go in on Fiora, it's just not going to end well, because Fiora's ultimate is just designed to demolish these moves. That was actually a really cool back. I'm not sure what skin he's using. That was command.
Yeah,
Whoa, he just
unfortunately, Will just
deleted!
gets absolutely popped here, and due to that, they will go ahead and start this Baron. 26 minutes in, double Infernal Drake. Very easy to take this objective. The Redemption gets used just to try to spot out some vision. Japanese import, almost full health, will be able to just smite it, and they pick up a free Baron.
Really well played. Really. Unfortunately, that J-Daddy really got caught out there.
Yeah, unfortunately, since he got caught, definitely just gave away that free Baron.
Yeah, I mean, this game has been very close. Like we said, we anticipated both of these teams meeting in the finals. It was the predictions. However, at this point, it could be anyone's game. Right now, Cat 1 having the advantage gold lead-wise, as well as having that Baron buff on their sides right now.
Yeah, the one thing about the Ornn that we didn't consider was the empowered items that are starting to come through. Do have him sitting at level 14, do have the empowered Death Cap, the empowered Abyssal Mask available. So these characters are starting to get extra gold value out of literally nothing, just their mid lane leveling up.
Right.
Every level up now is extra, I think Ornn upgrades are 1,000 gold of gold efficiency, so yeah, it's a free 1,000 gold for every level. Wagon Dragon connects onto the Elise. Japanese import trying to get out here. Realm Warp is there, but won't be in time. They will absolutely pop Jae Young. Dare to Defy, trying to do whatever he can. Picks up the double kill. Aurelia on this top side trying to find anything. Will get caught out. Vanguard's Edge comes through. Oh, we're lagging. Okay, Vanguard's Edge comes through, trying to find anything, but that will be the Aurelia going down. They did have the Baron, but all 5 members get wiped out.
Indeed. And just like that, even though they had Baron buff, just got destroyed. That CC lockdown that they had between the Ornn and the Thresh and the Syndra and the J4 just let them insta-pop them.
Yeah, they will go ahead and just escort this wave in. They don't have the siege potential, but they go ahead and wipe these objectives out anyway due to that one mountain that they have.
As we see both sides, looks like Cat 1's trying to push them away from the base. Let them try and stall for time, not letting them reset as they look for a counter push.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and get that cheeky back off there for the Jarvan right in front of 3 members.
Yep, this Fire looking for the... Does find the Rune Prison onto the Ornn, does get stun locked, won't have enough damage to finish him off though.
Yeah, that is such a tanky rise, and most of the damage that was just hitting him was the magic damage, so they weren't able to get that Ornn off the map. Oh my god, Paradox absolutely wipes this Caitlyn off the map. Double kill coming through, and this is just massive damage. Paradox is starting to run away with this game.
Yeah, I mean, like he's starting to reach that late game Fiora stage. It's gonna be really hard for anyone to contest him. And once you're late game, when you know those vitals start doing in like 20% true damage per proc, it's pretty hard to deal with. And the only person who can really efficiently deal with it is the Rise.
Yep, we do have the 3rd Infernal Drake of the game getting taken. It will be OSU picking up their first, which is very beneficial for them.
Now, OSU did manage to break the mid lane inhib against Cat 1, but from a gold perspective, it's still pretty even. There's a 1k gold difference at 30 minutes in. That is practically the same amount of gold.
Yeah, we see that it's 1k gold difference, but we need to consider that there's 4 different empowered Ornn items right now, so we can consider that about an extra 3k gold just in favor of OSU right now. So they are starting to outscale Cat right now, just due to their champion select. Ornn not in an ideal place. Call of Fortgod will come down and able to knock up 3 members. Will blow the stopwatch just to keep himself safe. Repel comes down. Vanguard's Edge trying to catch J-Daddy Meelank. He does not have any support here. Realm Warp comes through, brings in 2 members. Rise will get stunned by the Syndra, but there's nothing that they can do. OSU loses their jungler.
Yeah, good play by Cat 1 finding these picks. Slowly but surely, if they can keep finding those picks, it's exactly what they need.
Aww. They are looking to try to find Jae Young here. 50C Ranch Cup almost gets caught out. Will actually be going down to 3 members. They are not looking to take this fight.
Yeah, Caitlyn just put the trap down underneath the Zhonya's. Not much to do there. Just got CC locked. But like I said, if they can keep doing this, they can look for they can look for the pressure. Or we have Fiora chasing Aurelia down in the mid lane.
Yeah, trying to get whatever they can. It would be really smart to have that Fiora escorting the super wave in. Are losing their tier 2 base. I'm sorry, tier 2 tower to 4 members up on the top side. But the entire time. You do have that Fiora pushing in that huge wave.
Yeah, if he was going to try and escort, no, just going to go ahead and clear the red side jungle, get the Raptors, and look to get the red buff. However, Rise now sitting on two needlessly large rods, 100 gold away from Rabadon's. It's going to be a pretty big power spike for him. He does have Seraphs completed as well. So really, I mean, the biggest damage source from Cat 1 right now is this Rise. You have the Caitlyn putting down good amounts of damage. Aurelia has a lot of the kills because, you know, she sort of has the gap closer. She's able to come in and finish people off. But as far as sheer damage goes, definitely in the favor of Rise as far as Cat 1 goes now. It does have that Rabadon, so you will see him just nuking people now. The problem is he has to stay alive against his Fiora. Also, very susceptible to getting 100 to 0'd by Syndra as well. I think if you're OSU, you say, hey, Dare, your only job is to 100 to 0 this Rise. He is super squishy, 1 QER, and he's dead. Oh, is Ayla Muzzle don't look for the engage?
Yeah, unfortunately, gets CC'd, so Call of the Forge Guard could not get reactivated. Repel comes with 50 range cup, absolutely gets popped. Flag and Drag not able to find Japanese import. Cataclysm just locks them in.
Look at this Rise damage!
Double kill coming through for this Rise. Peridot does find one on the outside, though. Triple kill coming through for this Rise. Might find the Quadra. Realm Warp not quite available. Won't be able to get it. But they're actually just going to look to escort these minions into the mid wave.
And that's exactly what I was talking about. You saw just the stupid amounts of damage this Rise is now able to put down.
Fire doing so much damage.
Just nuked the whole team. And now in this 3v2 situation, I don't think if you're Fiora, I don't think you want to look for this. I think you want to let them do whatever they want. No, they will run into Fiora now.
Ooh, unfortunately Fiora is caught out.
Good night.
Absolutely gets popped.
That should be
man.
Baron.
Yeah,
right
that will
there.
be Baron going down. J Daddy Me link up in 10 seconds, but he won't even be able to make it quick enough, I don't think.
No.
They don't have the Caitlyn available, so that will be lacking a little bit in the Baron clear, but with the Rise, the Spell Flux, he does so much damage. He's hitting the Baron for 900 at a time, so yeah, they're going to clear this quick. Since EQs are 900 damage on a Baron.
Now you just reset, and you're just even stronger. This has been going pretty back and forth, but I feel like Cat 1 has slowly but surely building up a tiny lead, a tiny lead, a tiny lead, and continuing it forward.
Yeah, Rise goes ahead and picks himself up a stopwatch.
Very smart pick.
Yeah, actually also got picked up by the Elise, so probably seeing more dives come through. At least trying to deny giving over that shutdown gold for the Rise.
And I would love to see some armor pen coming from Caitlyn. I think Caitlyn's going to elect for perhaps some lifesteal instead, but ideally I would love to see Lord Dominic's come in. Or even, honestly, even the Execution Skull. Just because, you know, you have so much heal coming in from the Ornn and from the Fiora. Fiora primarily, obviously, being the target there. But 2 stone plates, both on the J4 and on the another Mountain Drake. Oh, as Ornn looks to engage.
Yeah, they will go ahead and pick up themselves up a Mountain Drake, so in terms of objective power, it's now in favor of Zuka since they do have that mountain that they were missing out on.
Yeah, and I mean, you know, we were talking about, you know, Rise being an AP threat, but, you know, we haven't really talked too much about Dare, right? 1 E with a sphere on the ground took out half of Zuka's health. Half. Like, he is definitely very strong right now.
Yeah, sitting with the Death Cap, the Oblivion Orb, and the Ludens, he's just going to pop a carry if he gets the chance to.
Absolutely. Oh, look at the damage Rise does, though. Oh, I just can't get over that. As Japanese imports is trying to walk these minions in, trying not to get baited by the J4 there. And at any moment's notice, jump onto him. Because they're trying to whittle this tower down.
Unfortunately, I believe the Baron minions get increased magic resist, don't they?
Oh, this could be bad for OSU.
Not exactly the fight you're looking for. Fire does have to blow the stopwatch. I will get the shutdown. 2 members very low, but that just leaves them able to get picked up by this Aurelia. Jay Young had the
Oh, the
Fiora
Ludens.
ultimate on him. Yeah, ooh, the ultimate. I'm sorry, the
Ludens getting the kill
yeah,
there,
we'll
but
go ahead
this
and
is
pick him up.
probably going to be game right here.
Yeah, with the Baron still available, this will go ahead and be Baron. Call of the Forge God comes down, knocks up, actually none because of the spell shield, but yeah, Almazedong just getting ripped through here.
Never mind. Nope.
Yeah, it won't quite be the end of the game yet, but yeah, 2 inhibitors opened by Cat 1.
What an insane game so far. This is definitely the closest we've seen a game yet. It's going back and forth. I mean, obviously, Cat 1 now has an insane lead, but at 37 minutes in, 5K gold difference. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. If you are OSU, you say, okay, listen, why do we keep team fighting? Why are we doing this? We got a split push comp. Why are we doing this? Let Fiora go into a side lane, split push. She can kill whoever tries to match her, and keep it that way.
Yeah, unfortunately for the Fiora, the person trying to match her has been 3 people. So,
well, if there's 3 people,
yeah,
then the other 4 members of the team can collapse them. They have a lot of good initiation. They can initiate onto whoever is matching them. But I think if you are OSU, you need to move back into a split push style playstyle. Right now, they just keep playing into the 5-man grouped playstyle. The problem is you can't really split push when you have inhibs down. So their next move right now is to wait out these inhibs. Just gonna have Fiora down the bot lane. I like the stair axe that Fiora's building towards. It looks like we're gonna have one more fight about to break out. You see the J4 looking for blood. Both teams like to back off here. Whichever team wins this next team fight could go for the push for the win.
Yeah, we are at the point where upwards of 45-second death timers, so lots of time to take some of these neutral objectives once multiple people go down.
Yeah, and I mean, if you're OSU, you're saying, listen, our win condition right now in any of these fights is Rise. Kill Rise, win game. Kill Rise, win game.
Yeah, but unfortunately, when they've been trying to kill Rise, they've got...
Oh, initiation comes in?
Call the Fork Dog coming in. Will find the knockup. Ooh, into the death sentence. That will beat the Morgana just getting wiped off. J-Daddy Meelink has the carry on his back. Not sure if he is aware of that, though. They do find Zuka out with the Fiora ultimate. And yeah.
OSU can look for this play.
Yeah, this
is Elise looking for the back door here.
Yeah, it looks like Elise is looking for the inhib back door. Doesn't have any pings coming out onto her, but J-Daddy Meelink does blow the Cataclysm, but there's so much damage on this Rise, and just the minions coming in will go ahead and pick up one of the inhibitor turrets.
As well as Elise picking up the second inhib, as OSU tries to pick up one inhib for themselves, as a TP comes in as well from the Ornn.
Yeah, teleport comes in from the Ornn, trying to possibly collapse onto this Elise. Not in a favorable position currently. Rise up on the blue side of the jungle, trying to get whatever he can. Japanese import trying to get towards this blast cone, does get himself away. But we do have the, I believe it's Elder Drake spawning momentarily.
Yeah, and OSU could look to burn this on spawn, but they don't have their jungler, so it'd be dangerous. They risk getting it stolen from Elise with Smite.
Yeah, and they, like we mentioned multiple times this game, they are missing out on that AD carry threat, so they won't be able to siege in quite the same way. But we do see 2 members just absolutely wrecking this Baron as Rise does so much damage.
Yeah, like I said.
Did you see 2 members teleporting towards the top side? They are looking to just use this wave to get as many people as they can. Peridot trying to find, 50 Cent Ranch Cup trying to find whoever he can. Will go ahead and pick up a kill onto the Caitlyn, but yeah, this is not where you want to be. Dare to Defy trying to get the stun off, isn't able to get the kill onto Japanese import, and this is just Cat forcing an end to this game. Cataclysm will come down, trying to get Fire on this Rise, and that's just a GG. Oh. So much damage coming out of this Aurelia. Very surprising. Did get run over in lane.
Can we just get a look at those damage charts?
Yeah, we need to look at the damage.
The damage charts I'm so curious about.
Yeah, just a second while we get the vision charts up. We will be showing you guys that in just a second because I'm sure you guys are as interested as we are. A lot of stuff coming through.
Yeah, advanced details.
Yep, hit advanced details for us.
And then graphs.
Yep, graphs.
Whew.
Oh my God, so much damage coming out of the Rise.
Like
upwards of 37,000 damage coming out of the Rise.
Hover over one of the bars. Yep.
Oh my goodness,
look at that.
36,000 damage.
Oh, that Rise is just a monster.
Yeah, that's nutty. That's even a ton of, if we look at the Elise damage, She
Yeah.
outdamaged the Caitlyn by 3,000.
Yeah, Caitlyn struggled quite a bit there because of the Syndra and Fiora always looking for her in those fights. It was hard for her to do much. That Rise damage, though, just, oh, man.
Yeah, definitely unfortunate. I think we will be taking a little bit of a break, though, as we get ready to move into Game 2, see if Cat 1 can move themselves in.
And for all the viewers at home, the winners of this tournament will be receiving this lovely trophy. Is it one per player?
Yep, one per player.
Each player will
I like
receive this magnificent Mundo trophy.
Nice.
I like it.
I like it. It's the corporate Mundo. It's very nice.
Corporate Mundo for the win.
Throw all the briefcases.
Throw all the briefcases. So, all right, guys, we'll be right back after a break. Don't touch that browser.